The graduates of the House of Life were the architects of Egyptian power. The pharaoh may have been the divine head of state, but it was this small, literate class of scribes and officials who were the backbone of the government. An ancient Egyptian text famously said that the scribe is the one who commands, while everyone else does the hard labor. With their elite education, these men managed every part of the kingdom. They calculated and collected taxes. They managed the vast food supplies in the granaries, making sure the nation didn't starve during famines. They administered justice, oversaw colossal state-building projects, and organized the military. They were the diplomats, the architects, and the high priests. The entire, beautifully organized machine of the Egyptian state ran on the skills sharpened inside schools like the one at the Ramesseum. This system was also a powerful way to lock in the social hierarchy. Literacy was the key to power. And while it was theoretically possible for a common boy to get into a scribal school if he was brilliant enough, the system was overwhelmingly designed to keep the same elite families in charge for generations. A degree from the House of Life was a ticket to a life of prestige and authority, worlds away from the backbreaking work of the masses. And the Job of the Pernak didn't even stop there. In later periods, the term House of Life became almost interchangeable with the word library, and for good reason. These places were the great archives of the ancient world. Inside its walls, scribes would have painstakingly copied and preserved thousands of papyrus scrolls. These weren't just school texts, they were sacred religious books holding cosmic secrets, medical texts detailing surgical procedures, and classic works of literature. They were also the keepers of the state's memory, archiving administrative records, royal decrees, and historical accounts. Finding the House of Life at the Ramesseum means finding the very place where the cultural, religious, and administrative memory of Ramesses' kingdom was kept alive. The discovery confirms that a great temple like the Ramesseum was a truly multi-purpose complex. It was a place of worship, an economic engine, a government center, and now we know for sure, a hub for the highest level of education and knowledge. It really was a temple of millions of years, built not just to serve the king in the afterlife, but to power his empire on earth for generations. Confirming the House of Life at the Ramesseum is a huge discovery. It takes a legendary institution, once known only from scattered texts, and gives it a physical address. Thanks to the work of the Egyptian French mission, we can now picture the very rooms where the new kingdom's best and brightest were trained. Those small finds from daily school life, the sketches, the learning tools bridge a gap of over 3,000 years, reminding us that this giant temple was once humming with human activity. It shows us that the true power of Ramesses the Great wasn't just in his armies or his colossal statues, but in the sophisticated educational system he supported to run his empire. The Ramesseum wasn't just a monument to one man's ego. It was a living, breathing machine for civilization. And as archaeologists keep exploring its grounds, you have to wonder, what other secrets is the temple of millions of years still hiding? If you want to explore more about Ramesses the Great, check out our playlist on the pharaohs of the New Kingdom right here.